What is going on, Ape and Apettes? I hope you guys are having a great day. If you follow me on Twitter, you've probably already seen this, but if you haven't, pretty bullish news, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So, Apex Clearing, they are one of the largest, if not the largest, clearing firms when it comes to the equities markets. Pretty much, if you're not self-clearing, which are like a lot of the major institutions slash banks, there's a good chance you are using Apex. So, just to give you an idea of how big Apex Clearing is, we could look at some of these broker clearing firm lists, right? Apex Clearing, obviously number one on the top. We can see they clear for a lot of different brokerages, Ally, Betterment. Just give you an example of self-clearing, like E-Trade uses their own clearing services. Charles Schwab uses their own clearing services. But the majority of these guys that are not using self-clearing services are clearing through Apex. So you got First Trade. We'll go right down to the big behemoths in the room, though, which is Webull and Public, okay? So they clear all of those orders. So they're very, very large. And to give you an idea, this is just M1's Finance's website, who also clears through Apex, is what they have to say. Apex Clearing Corporation is M1's clearing firm and custodial bank. This means the money and stocks in your M1 Invest account are held by Apex. Apex is a leader in digital wealth solutions and is consistently selected as a clearing firm for tech-savvy fintech firms. So, if you own, chances are, like if you bought through Webull, especially early in the days before we were all like privy to payment for order flow and how those things works, Apex had their hand in all of that. And in fact, some of these brokerages straight up blame Apex for the PCO, the position close only, aka removing the buy button back in January. A lot of those guys put the blame on Apex. And in my opinion, this is why I'm diving into them. They are one of the bigger devilish players in this game. So what this is looking at, right? So every Q3, they do this every quarter, Apex, right? They give an investor outlook and they kind of give you an idea of where the sentiment is, right? So we'll just kind of go through this together. As a partner for the industry's leading online investing platforms, Apex FinTech Solutions has a unique view into the changing landscape of digital wealth management. Over the next 25 years, nearly $70 trillion of wealth is expected to transfer from baby boomers to younger generations, including millennials and Gen Z. So I do believe that's going to happen organically, whether we squeeze the shit out of all these guys and we take their money that way, or it happens, like I said, from a slow organic approach. I think that Gen Z and millennials are learning a lot about the financial markets. We're seeing that this is not a fair game, and we're doing the things that we need to do to encourage change. So I do believe that wealth transfer is going to happen, and I'm pretty happy about it. So to carry on, such a massive shift in market power is fueling major implications for how, when, and why financial services are consumed today and in the future. And at the close of each quarter, Apex releases the top 100 stocks owned by investors on the Apex platform. Highlighted here are the holdings and notable themes as of September 30th, 2021, with a special focus on the Gen Z demographic. So what is Gen Z? Gen Z is people that were born after 1996. Millennials are people that are born between 1981 and 1996. They would be between 25 and 40 years old. Generation X, they would be between 41 and 56 at this current time. And baby boomers would be 57 to 75. So they're saying baby boomers, all that wealth in the near-term future is going to be transferred to millennials and Gen Z, which I actually agree with that. So the data shared in this report analyzed more than 1 million Gen Z accounts, and then in addition to more than 5.7 million accounts held by millennials, Gen X, and baby boomers. So here's the full list of the Apex Gen Z 100. So Gen Z is dominating, AMC is dominating the Gen Z top 100 list. So the most held stock by the Generation Z is AMC Entertainment. It surpasses Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, GameStop, Neo, Nvidia, etc. So the Gen Z is definitely, they're riding this to the fucking moon. Okay, they are. And so AMC, it's kind of crazy. They're actually beating Tesla by 3% in terms of percentage holdings, right? Really significant and super bullish. So let's just say we want to dive even further into the top 20 rankings for, let's just say, outside of Gen Z, but we want to look at the millennials, Gen X, and the baby boomers, okay? So we have that graph as well. So for the millennials as well, AMC is not number one, Tesla is, but it's number 2, and it's still beating GameStop on this front as well. I also have to mention, though, the reason why GameStop is probably not held as much, and I have to go through and figure out why this, like how they get these percentages, but it could be a factor of lower floats as well. So in the Generation X, we still see 7% of they're within the, you know, what is this, number 3 in the top 100 held by Generation X, and then they are number 6 for baby boomers. So we're in the top 10 holdings across all generations right now, which is extremely bullish. And top 3 for Gen Z, Millennials, and Generation X. Millennials number 2 and Gen Z number 1 held stock. To me, this is pretty bullish because a lot of these stocks that you see on here are the ones that you see constantly every day on the news. And you see, like, really, I mean, we'll get like a media attention every now and then when something big happens, or, you know, Adam Aaron's coming on and talking. But this data from Apex Clearing, which is the guys that actually see the data because they're clearing these trades, it's evident that people are walking the walk, right? We actually do have a big group of cranny eating, you know, diamond-handed apes, and the data shows it. So I thought that you guys would enjoy this. It's very bullish for me, made me kind of feel juiced up, and I know you guys will feel the same as well. With that being said, as I continue to dig more into Apex Clearing and looking into more of the PCO and what I can find on that, I think that you guys will appreciate this, and I'll bring the info as I get it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I love you long time. Peace.